What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy, Quentin, back in the building, man. Immediate reaction to Spence Crawford official announcement. Just got publicly recorded, reported, announced, whatever you want to say, announced about 2 hours ago by both Errol Spence as well as Terrence Crawford. My thoughts. Skepticism from the beginning when the fight was rumored to have happened. Mike Coppinger broke the news, I believe, about 2 days ago. And because this fight has been something that's been talked about since 2018, naturally for me, there was always going to be some skepticism as to was this fight really going to happen? There have been multiple dates, there's been multiple issues that have been, revolving around this fight. Um, but it's here. An announcement has been made by both fighters. There's an official fight poster. Really, the only thing missing at this point that I can see really is, a press conference. That's really about it. So, one of the best fights that can be made in all of boxing. A very, very close fight that's going to be split pretty much down the middle, depending on who you ask, who the fight favors. I've said it for a long time, and people won't be surprised if they followed me on social media or had personal conversations with me. I think that Crawford is the better overall fighter. I think that he's the more versatile fighter. I think that he can adjust more. I think that he's the overall more well-rounded fighter. And I think that that's going to show the difference in this kind of a fight. If you want to liken this fight to a fight very similar to a Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao, a Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler, a Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns. Typically, when you have a guy who is a boxer puncher slash pure boxer fighting a pressure fighter slash boxer puncher, typically the guy that can pure box a little bit better is more well-rounded and more able to make in-fight adjustments. I think that'll be the difference in this fight, and I think that ultimately the mistakes that Spence will make with his aggressiveness is something that's going to play out and play right into Terrence Crawford's hands. Doesn't mean it's going to be an easy fight. Doesn't mean that Spence doesn't have a great chance to win. It's certainly worth the price of admission if you're going to go to the fight, or worth buying a full price pay-per-view. My only hope at this point is that the undercard is worth the pay-per-view price tag. I know that both of these guys are going to be making over $10 million guaranteed. Let's hope that that doesn't negatively affect the quality matchups we get on the undercard. A lot of people have already started talking about what fights should be on the undercard, and an awesome example that I've already heard is Frank Martin against Isaac Cruz. Man, what a wonderful fight to have on that undercard. A realistic fight that can be made between two guys in the lightweight division that have not had a fight, at least that I can recall, this year. I know that Frank Martin was supposed to get his first opportunity to headline July 15th, but maybe they push that back by 2 weeks and make him the co-main event against Isaac Cruz July 29th in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. Don't know which way this fight is going to go for a lot of people, but I've already made my decision, and I feel pretty comfortable with that decision. A fight that's been, long, long awaited. 2018 is a long time ago when those two guys first met up, first face-to-face after being world champions in the welterweight division. It'll be very, very interesting to see how well Spence makes the weight, and not only how well he makes the weight, but how well acclimated he is to fighting again at that weight, because it's been over a year. It will be more than a year by the time that he gets back in the ring. The last time he fought was against Yordenis Ugas in May of 2022, or excuse me, April of 2022. We're now in May of 2023, with that fight still 2 months away. So he'll be on pretty much a 15-month layoff. Crawford did fight in December, so he'll be coming off of somewhere around an 8 to 7 month layoff. So I would assume that that would favor Terrence Crawford in that kind of a situation. Regardless of what I think, we know that this is going to be a close fight. I expect it to be a nip and tuck battle. I expect that it's not going to be a fight that's easy for either guy to gain a strong advantage. But ultimately, I think the more well-rounded fighter wins out in this situation, and that guy has to be Terrence Crawford for me. T will have told you on many, many occasions, along with me on the podcast, that he's a believer that Errol Spence is going to win that fight because of his sheer size, pressure, and strength. But for me, Errol Spence's only adjustments he makes in fights are to pick up the tempo. That's all that he does. He starts off at a steady tempo and picks it up as the rounds go on until he gets you to drown, essentially. I don't think he's going to be able to drown Crawford. I think that Crawford swims just fine. That's just my opinion. You guys give me yours. Hey, July 29th, Spence versus Crawford, or Crawford versus Spence, if you want to believe it that way, for the undisputed welterweight title, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. You'll be getting plenty more feedback from me and from T on this fight as we approach it, as well as some training camp video, which I'm really, really looking forward to seeing some all-access, behind-the-scenes, 24/7 type of footage. I'm sure both guys will do some on their own as far as promoting on their own platforms. Really looking forward to this fight. Can't wait, man. The summer of 2023 is going to be a legendary one, not only because of this fight, but this fight is definitely going to be the cherry on top of the sundae, if you'd like to speak. Spence versus Crawford, July 29th. You guys be on the lookout. We'll be back soon. Peace.